Aloha, YouTubers! Hi, I'm Rock, and I'm coming back at you with another live stream. And in today's live stream, I have a box. Now, are you ready for an unboxing? First thing first, the trusty razor. Remember, folks, when handling sharp objects or razors, please be careful to not injure yourself or cut yourself. For those who are under the age of 18, please get your parents' permission. Now, let's go do this unboxing. Oh, I got this box. Came all the way from Oregon. Took about 6 weeks to get here. I had to get it shipped ground because it's Lipo batteries. Lipo batteries from Hobby King, as you can see on the package tape label. You never have enough lipos. So, as you know, lipo batteries, they, they have the they can catch on fire. So they're not allowed on passenger airplanes or commercial airplanes, but they have to be shipped to either a cargo plane or what they call those, boat. They really pack this thing really. God, it should go from the bottom. Yeah. Yeah, pack this thing really. Jesus Christ. Like you think for the trusty razor. I like, yeah, Hobby King. Love Hobby King. I love the Lipo batteries. That's the only Lipo batteries I use is Hobby King's Turnigies. They packed it really well. A lot of styrofoam, bubble wrap. So my little box. I think these are the 4S 650 milliamp, the 70C burst Lipo battery. This is for my 3-inch drone. Yeah, 4S 650 milliamps. Pretty sure could be a 90C burst. I'm getting old here. I can't even see the burst. Pretty sure it's a 90C burst. Here it is. About 5 of these. 2, 3, 4, 5. So, a lot of batteries, a lot of flight time, a lot of cool FPV footage. That's gonna be amazing. Amazing. 5 of those. And for the grand finale, here it is. And I don't know what it is. I know it's I think it's a 2S 5000 milliamp hard case Turnigy graphene. I don't know what the burst is. Oh, they taped it. Oh no, it's probably the best. Here we go. Best box type of battery. Oh, here's the plugs. Banana plug. I think I have to solder my own wires or a connector. Bullet connectors. Yeah. It's the bullet connectors. And check out this packaging right here, man. This is awesome. Comes with a velvet bag. What Lipo manufacturer does that? Here it is, folks. All you've been waiting for. Bam. Yeah, this is a 2S 5000 milliamp. Data burst eater or 90C discharge. this this video is also, or live stream is also titled Lipo Basics 101. So I'm just gonna give you folks a quick rundown on Lipo Basics. The one thing, or one important thing need to know about Lipo battery, it's amp output. It's amp output at peak, which is basically you go full throttle, and then whether it's C or constant. Constant is basically when after you hit peak, you're still at full throttle. C will just go down to a constant rate or constant discharge rate. Say your battery runs out, voltage goes below voltage. This is and how you get the discharge rate is basically times the milliamps or the amps divided by 1,000 times the discharge rate, which is 90C. You could go milliamps divided by 1,000 times the discharge rate, or you can go milliamps times the discharge rate divided by 1,000. Here they already divided the 5,000 milliamps to 5.0. This times 5.0 by 90C, you get 450 amps discharge rate at peak. I think this 90C is peak. 90C is constant, and I think 180 is peak. 450 amps constant. That's a lot of amps to be at full throttle and be consistently at full throttle. Usually it could be wrong though. It could be 90C peak and 45C constant. I have to research on that because the Eternity is different. How they label their discharge rate. Sometimes they give you the low C, not the high C. But yeah, I guess looking at a maximum amp output of 450 amps at full throttle, and normally the constant is half C, so that would bring it down to 225 at constant. It's a lot of amp output. It's good. The reason why I bought this is for a no prep drag race setup. Yeah, banana connectors here. I guess if I wanted to, I could use banana. Yeah, I can use a banana connector plug. I want to solder it on. Goes to the end of the battery, which right here. Positive and negative. Negatives on the left, negative here, and positive here. Positive on this side, negative on this side. I can't because it's covered with plastic. The first time a Lipo battery is covered with plastic, which is smart. Plastic is a deterrent to heat and fire. Want to keep your Lipo safe. So yeah, and then I just bought a second one here. Same identical Lipo battery. Why is it important to know your amp output of a Lipo battery? Because you have to also know how much amps your ESC can handle at peak. Because like I said, at full throttle, this will discharge 450 amps, and not too many ESCs can handle 450 amps. I think most brushless motors can handle at least 600. Track says VXL 8S ESC and the X-Max handle 663 amps of output amps. It'll be able to handle this battery. Yeah, not too many. This is a lot of amp. Even though it's a 2-cell, 7.4 volts or 8.4 volts, voltage is important, but your amp output is way more important. That's why you see a lot of people burn their electronics, or especially the ESCs. Or why it catches on fire is because they don't match the amp output to the electronics. But I would have to be able to get an ESC that's capable of handling a maximum of 450 amps, because this Lipo battery is able to. And also your motor is very important. Depends, especially when you get a brushless, and normally they calculate the amp RPMs or kV, revolution, 1,000 revolutions per minute. The higher the kV, the higher the amp. The higher the amp draw from the motor. Motor pull a lot of amps from the ESC, which the ESC will pull the amps to draw from the Lipo battery. So knowing your electronics, especially your your motor, your ESC, and your Lipo battery is very important. All three has to be able to be compatible with each other, or be able to handle at least their amp withdrawal. Because if you have an ESC and it's not capable of handling the amps, and your motor pulls too many amps, that's how that will, there's too much energy, your ESC is gonna go up in smoke, go on fire. Go on fire. So that's why knowing the discharge rate on your Lipo batteries is very important. So basically, like I said, all you have to do is times the milliamps discharge rate and divide it by 1,000, or you could just divide the milliamps by 1,000 and then times it by the discharge rate, and you get your amp output for your battery. And that way, when you go look for an ESC, you just get an ESC that's able to handle the maximum amp output your Lipo battery is capable. And not only that, get a motor that's knowing your motor's kV. Like I said, the higher the kV, the higher amps it will pull from your electronics. So, sometimes it's not really smart going with a high kV motor, because you end up, the risk of putting your electronics up in smoke and on fire. Not only that, you experience more voltage surge, which is bad for electronics. And only that, you experience voltage surge, your Lipo batteries are probably, life cycle of your battery, your Lipo battery will decline, and that's where you experience more voltage sag. And then if you experience voltage sag and voltage surge at the same time, poof, goes your electronics. Poof, just like that. It may not go up in smoke or go on fire, but it will cause damage to your ESCs. Not really your motors. ESCs will probably take the brunt of it. It's hard to destroy a brushless motor, but I've seen people put their brushless motors up in smoke. So that's it for this video. That's it for this unboxing. That's all I have today. Been all good. Thanks for the ones who watching this live stream. Many viewers, but it's okay. Enjoy it while you can. So, to my next live stream or VOD, take care and aloha. Shaka. Out.